Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm really excited to bring this review to you today, because today we are taking a look at from the Transformers, Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures line, Dinobots Unite subline. This is Warrior Class Snarl. Now, here's the fun thing. I got this figure off of eBay, but not from a reseller or anything like that. I got it straight from Hasbro Toy Shop. Apparently, they are still around, and I gotta tell you, if you're a bargain collector, definitely check them out. Because they do have deals on Transformers, especially some older stock that they're trying to get rid of, and they do have sales often. And anything over $15 does include free shipping. But enough about that. Let's get to Snarl, and let me just say right off the bat, I think this is the best Warrior class figure that has ever been done in the Cyberverse line. Yes, it does have an action gimmick, but as you'll see, the action gimmick isn't that intrusive. Starting off in Dinosaur Mode, and yeah, I'm using the black background, so it looks like the hind legs are blending in, but they are there. It's a simple Stegosaurus. And by the way, do Stegosauruses still exist? Let me know. Very simple, but it gets the job done. Nice amount of like that yellowish gold paint. Obviously, they weren't going to use chrome or anything like that. Now, one little touch here at the head I want to point out. At first, I thought that it was just not coming together well enough, but the designers had the foresight to put a little thumb notch in there because the head splits and sits on the side of the leg. So that is very nice. Now, in terms of articulation, the front legs swivel forward and back, mostly for transformation, and the rear legs, spoilers, are the robot arms, so they have a little more room. You have a ball joint where at the hip here, and then you have another ball joint at, I guess, that knee, and you do have that knee joint, but that's really just for transformation. Speaking of which, let's get into the transformation. Starting us off, let's go ahead and we're going to remove this whole back section. Now, it slides on over the head, and there are two posts right there. This section right here is all soft plastic, so I did have a little bit of an issue trying to get these to peg in, but they do. And also, something not mentioned in the instructions is that Snarl's sword can store in the back. It's just once you get it in there, getting it out can be a little bit tricky. If you just play with it a little, it should just come sliding out. But yes, it is meant to go there. There is no other weapon storage. It is made of a soft plastic, so it does come a little bent in packaging. But if you leave it out or use a blow dryer, it should loosen up. Now, the next thing here is that there's a back section here, and this section should snap into this section. And right here you have these two tabs. And first couple times, I have to be honest, I had a hard time getting them in. So basically what I ended up doing is just, it'll go in now, but I was actually stretching the plastic a little, but it works fine. Of course, I said snaps in, and there you go. So you're going to fold that down, and there's a little slot here and a tab on the underside that's going to peg in, and there you have that. I guess you can technically leave the sword in as like a little bit of sheath, but we're going to put those off to the side and get back to the main robot. Rotate these legs up so they're basically flush with the body. You'll notice there's a little notch there that kind of, the feet don't peg into it, but it just holds it in place. And next what you want to do is open up the head, swing it back, and then you'll separate the legs. This one always has to go down first because it has a little toothed hook there, and that will just help get everything in. Stand the figure up. We're just about done. With the arms, you want to go and rotate them so the fist is facing up. So the dinosaur arms are facing, feet are facing towards the body, and then rotate it down on that transformation joint. Technically, you can use it as a second elbow, but I think it's just there for transformation. Let's do that again on this side and bring it down. So there's Snarl in its robot mode. Let me bring the camera up slightly. Nice head. A little bit of that Cyberverse stylization there. Can rotate. A little stiff when I first got out of the box. Now, with the tail section, you do have a couple options. It can be stored here on the side. That kind of gets in the way of the arm and general movement of the legs. Again, ball jointed hips right there. Nice knee bend. So the other way is to store it here on the back. And if you notice, it pegs into what looks like a lever. And it is a lever. And that is actually part of Snarl's action gimmick. Let's get the sword in its hand. And it's a sword slicing action, where if you just pull down on the lever, up and down, the sword will move back and forth. Very nice, lots of fun. It's not exactly close to the G1 toy. I think the tail just ended up straight on the back, and this is a little bit angled, but it works. And what's nice is you can just move the arm independently. I mean, you will still move that lever, which will have the tail pop up, and I think you can even, if you play with it enough, you can get to look like that Snarl is drawing the sword. So that is really cool. Great great functionality right there. Lots of fun. So yeah, let's go back to Dinosaur Mode. That is something I know. I get a lot of requests when doing these figures to do the full transformation. Remove the sword. Remove the tail. Bring this section around. Peg it back into place. See, it's a little fidgety right now. There we go. It's like you pop it in and then you over pop it, but there you go. And right there, the sword does slide in. There's like a little groove for it and everything. So, like I said, it is meant to do that. For the arms, again, rotate them up. Rotate, turn them at that ball joint so the feet are facing forward. Rotate it around. You're going to rotate this leg up first, and then you're going to rotate this leg second, and that will just slide into place just like so. Come on down, bring the head around, peg it together, bring those feet down. You might have to play with the rear feet. Oh, I got them facing the wrong way. That's bad. Oopsie. Might have to play with them a little just to get them in proper position. But then finally slide this up over, and then watch for those two pegs to come down into place. Oh, this worked nicely this time. So there you go. And there you have Snarl back in its dinosaur mode. Lots of fun, and like I said, the best warrior class figure that we've gotten in the Cyberverse line. So we'll pause, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Well, that's about it for all I can say about Snarl. Great figure, definitely worth a pickup. From what I can tell, it looks like the rest of the Dinobots are going to be coming spread out across the different classes. Snarl's a warrior class, Slag is a deluxe class, Sludge is going to be an ultra class, and Swoop, unfortunately, gets the short end of the stick because right as of this recording, it's only available in a Dinobot Combiner 2-pack with Bumblebee. Grimlock has already been out a while, so you have different options and different classes there to see how you want to get them. But as I've said, Snarl is the best warrior class figure. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions will help communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, please consider joining my Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Little card here in the corner and a link in the description below. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help me to help you bring figures like Snarl to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of this channel. But I say this all the time. If you cannot afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. So, that's it. This is your old pal Chuck. For Snarl, we will see you next time.